In the movie Get Low, Robert Duvall plays a hermit trying to get right with himself before he shuffles off his mortal coil. We want to get right with Duvall's remarkable career, which dates back many decades to series television. At first, an indelible early film appearance as Boo Radley in To Kill a Mockingbird, and everything from the dark shadows of the first two Godfather pictures to the wide-open vistas of Lonesome Dove on television. So, Tony, there's a lot to talk about here.
Yeah, well, we had talked about doing this as an over-under segment, which is one way that we sort of deal with people's careers. But there's really no overrated work in Duvall's career. And in a way, he's a perpetually underrated, but really, really great actor.
Yes, I mean, one thing hasn't happened, though. I think only Get Low reminded me how many films and how many years it's been since Duvall's had a chance to really not just take on a leading role, but just, I don't know, a film that where you really can't coast, like so many actors are never tested, well, beyond a certain age.
The one that for me is really the greatest performance of the second half of his career. One of the great, I think, pieces of film acting in the last 20 years is this movie that he also directed called The Apostle, where he plays this Southern preacher. One of the best movies I think ever made about religion in America, about the South. A movie that is so full of insight and authenticity and human drama.
I will fear no evil.
No le tendré miedo al peligro.
Because I'm walking with Jesus.
Porque camino con Jesucristo.
I walk with Jesus.
Camino con
I talk with Jesus. I walk with Jesus. I shout with Jesus. I walk with Jesus. I stomp with Jesus. We stomp on the devil.
It's a movie that not enough people know about.
That's right. It's a good film. A film I love in another sort of obscure vein, even more obscure, is 1972. It's called Tomorrow. It's based on a Faulkner short story. Horton Foote did the adaptation, and Duvall and Horton Foote have this wonderful kind of symbiotic relationship all through Duvall's career, beginning with Horton Foote's adaptation of To Kill a Mockingbird. Right. Of course, Duvall won the Oscar for an original Horton Foote screenplay, Tender Mercies, and there's something about those two artists that absolutely speak to each other, and it's often in those quiet moments. And the irony, I guess, Tony, is that what's the most famous Duvall performance, if you had to name it? Colonel Kilgore in Apocalypse Now, and that is the opposite. Big performance.
But smell, that gasoline smell, the whole hill smells like victory.
But also, I mean, he is a Southerner, and he plays Southerners very well. In Get Low and in The Apostle. But of course, he can also do other things in the Godfather movies. Tom Hagen, who's a wonderful, quiet foil to the hot-blooded operatic performance of Al Pacino. And
he's like a hawk. He's like a hawk in those scenes, and you absolutely get this masterclass in how little you need to do to be compelling.
And he's amazing in Network. I mean, I didn't even remember until I'd seen it, about a year ago, that he's in Network with Faye Dunaway and William Holden, playing this ruthless TV executive who's out to change the face and to corrupt the world of television.
No, he brings wonderful brio to the roles that require it, but I think there's something going on when you get films like The Apostle and Tomorrow, and a little bit in Get Low too, where other things have to be, and really all the technique has to be sort of shaved away.
Yes,
and
you have that feeling of the still water running very, very deep.
Yes,
indeed.
Yes.